Okay. Where is my paper for today? Let's make sure we're connecting. Okay. We have an excellent connection. Hello, folks. Hi, Peace Brooks. Hi, Constance Pleasant. Thank you for joining me. Today is, of course, our Thursday true crime live stream. And boy, there's a lot of crime. There's a lot of cases to look at, old and new. I'm just trying to, at this point, kind of prioritize, which ones to look at. Hey, Indigo Chrysalis, do you want to join me? Are you free? I can just drop you if you're free, read on crime. Hey, Cartomancy Mesquite, it's so lovely to see you. Thanks, guys, for coming in. I really appreciate it. As we get started, like I said, I was just looking through the news, and oops, I can take this off. And my God, it's just like there's just so much going on that I could read on today, just in the true crime live stream. Amazing. We'll look at Putin, of course, one of the biggest criminals on the earth, of course, and we will look at a number of different other cases. All right, cool. Thanks, Indigo. Thanks, Heather. I'm gonna throw you this down here. Okay, just right here in the invite. This is for Heather. Copy clipboard. Okay. Here we go, Heather. Jump on in. I'm, as usual, kind of tap dancing as fast as I can, so to speak, today. There's the invite for you. This is just for Heather, folks, just for her to hop on. And then I'll add her to our stream. But like I said, oh my goodness, we have quite a lot to cover. So we have, let's see, also, there she is. I'm going to add Heather. There we go, Heather. Hello, love.
Ooh, that's a lot of light. Here, let me go close my curtain.
Yeah, you've got all the great light there. Hey, Shield Maiden, great to see
we're supposed
you.
to get a whole sugar load of snow tomorrow, so enjoying the sun today.
There's a cold front actually coming into Northern California, and there's frost, but it's for more of the northern bay. I'm right by the coast, and doesn't include my area, but there's a cold snap coming here too.
Is that better, or do I need to?
I think you look fine, but you do have a bit of a bright light on your face. I don't know if you want to pull a curtain or shift your chair.
I'm going to pull off. Yeah, I'm going to have to pull the curtain over one more time. Or, my sweetheart's going to get it for me.
Aww.
There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear.
He is so nice.
He is.
I can't make up my mind, you guys, whether I'm hot or cold, but my shoulders are cold, so this is going back on.
Let's see. Hey, everybody in chat. This is my Shan.
Oh!
Hi.
What a handsome man. You have got a handsome husband. Not trying to, be weird or anything, but...
No, yeah. We're not married, but we've been together for so long, we might as well be.
Jeez. Common law, right?
Exactly. Yep.
You guys are a nice-looking couple of people. Seriously.
It'll be 21 years in October.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I just my husband and I just had our 30.
Oh wow. 30
yeah, because my oldest was born in 1991 and we were born in we were born.
1990. Wow. I started
I was.
college.
We were married in 1990.
Oh
So
my God. I graduated from high school in 90.
yeah, I was 22. I mean, I was a young bride. So now I'm an old one.
Not as young as some of them have been lately. Let me tell you.
Right. Well, where I grew up. Hey, Clarence, I'm so glad you're here. And Gina, where I grew up, in Missouri, it was usual for a lot of people to get married at like 18.
17, 18, yeah.
Yeah, and
my aunt had 13 kids.
Oh my God. That just hurts. That just hurts to even think about.
I'm happy with my fur babies.
Yeah. Trust. They're a little more easier to deal with in many respects.
Yep. I'm happy I actually turned into a great aunt back in December. My grannies gave birth to her own child, and
Oh, yeah, that's wonderful.
I haven't met him yet because of COVID and everything. But yeah.
Yay! Then you can spoil him.
Chimera. Yeah, that's what's great about being an aunt. I can,
You can say, "I'll take him off your hands for fun," and now,
and then it's like, "Oh, look it, time to go home." Night.
Yeah, when he gets to having a temper tantrum,
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I'm so glad that you guys are joining me. I have missed you guys. I really have.
Yes, we have all been very concerned and missed you. So
I've been good. It's just things have been just whack.
How's
just
hubby?
Crazy. He is finally better. He's back at work now. We've managed so far, knock on, I think it's real wood, but I'm not sure.
This is.
I don't want to get it. I didn't end up catching it from him, so I'm glad, because I was really afraid that I would pick it up. But so far so good. We have got a lot of things to look at. I want us to look at Putin and the Ukraine. And of course, then there's some other cases. I've written them down. I've got to just grab them off of my community tab.
And it's disgusting that Pompeo and Carl Tuckerson has been like complimenting, saying that he's like a genius or something. Or
what is wrong with these people? Wrong with them? They have not been in a gulag. My grandfather was in a Soviet gulag. Maybe they ought to go spend some time there. Yes, for 10 years. The Russian people are wonderful people, but the government is horrible. Just horrid. Let me see here. All right, I know it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm looking for my.
Oh, thank you, Gina. I just opened up the chat for my phone. I can't see it here, but I just
thank you.
She posted.
She's
so yes, thank you.
Another mod extraordinaire is our Gina. Thank you, Gina. I've missed you too, Shield Maiden. I just
hey, Mandy.
Just tap dancing as fast as I can here. I wanted to. Yeah, I got to go and see if I can grab that. Okay, I know it.
Putin threatened Biden, saying if he knows what's good for him, he'll stay out of this. And I'm like,
yeah, he's gonna regret saying that. He's gonna eat some dirt. That's my feeling.
Yeah.
So, let's see. And then one of my favorite singers and performers died. Mark Flanagan of the Screaming Trees. I don't know if you were aware of them, but he was a wonderful of COVID, I think probably related, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, so it's like getting older, all those people that you grew up listening to. I mean, I think the biggest one for me that hit the most was Prince.
Yes.
Because, and then
that was really
unexpected. My heart. And Glenn Fry passed.
Yeah.
Because we're both Eagles fans. And
just
to,
What a bummer. It was a bummer. Okay, so we're going to look at the Moab murders of, also, I'm just going to write these down, of Kylan and Crystal.
And it's good that I don't really know anything about these, so that I'm kind of fresh.
Yes, and I can give you just enough to kind of like,
okay.
you know, give you some kind of reference. Then also I was doing a lot of readings for myself. That was really helpful.
It's hard for me to read for, I mean, I can read for other people, but it's so hard to read for yourself.
It really is.
It's like when I go to read for myself, it's like all the different, possibilities, and then trying to separate them from my perspective of what I'm going through. It just makes it so hard.
It really is. It's most of the time I can read for myself, but as you said, very difficult at times. Oh, you guys are so sweet. I just we were good is just keeping my husband in one room, and me and the kids, my grown kids, kind of just keeping also away. And I'm glad to say I think we're all right now. I think we made it through it.
I'm just going to go grab a Coke.
Oh, definitely. That's one of my favorite treats. I've got my coffee. So I'm ready.
I've gone 2 days without some, so I'm trying to cut back.
Oh, that is good. Yeah, you don't want to do too many. I get them.
EQ's water bottles. Have you seen EQ's water bottles from the Solstices?
I've got to visit them because I want to bring EQ on. She's another great true crime reader.
I told her, she even said her and I got to do a collab. We're going to be doing something because it's like whenever we do like a group reading or something, or if
you guys chat, mesh.
Her and I seem to get the same cards, or I'll say I get an image and then she's like, look at, it's just crazy. Her and I connect, you and I connect, and there's not. And when I read with Scott, and when I read with Debbie,
I love Scott. Debbie's great too.
When I read with out of sight. It's right on.
There's so many. And then I could go on because I also just adore Sharon and Lisa. They also are very comfortable. Like when I do readings, I find that there's a connection there too, which is interesting. I'd love to have you, Heather, and EQ for like a trio.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah. And on a true crime Thursday, maybe next Thursday. I'll have to see what you guys are doing, but I'll check with you.
Yeah, I always leave my Thursdays free afternoons so that I can read along or with you live.
Oh,
it's one of my enjoyments. So I make sure that my schedule. All right, come on. Someone say hi to everybody if you have to.
Come on, Meow Meow.
He hears another voice.
It's okay. Come here. No. Oh.
Moss. Here. Come on.
Cats.
Come. I know, aren't they? Mine will sit there and look at me. And I'm like, what? Get up, get down. What do you want? And she's just like looking at me like.
Here we go.
Oh, I see, baby. Hi, sweetie. Oops. Oh.
Okay, now we don't want to show people your butt. Come on.
But she's a cat, so it's going to happen.
This is a boy. He just got himself
stuff
taken care of.
He got his
new apartment. We, are trying to get into require, spay and neuter. So she's already been fixed. He needed to go, and he's got to have all of his teeth removed.
Oh, my kitty bear has got dental issues too. Such a pain. I just got a little toothbrush. I'm trying to get her to let me.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to work. Oh, hey, Rosa, you'd love a mini read. Well, we are doing true crime. Can you suggest a true crime? That would be great. Mm-hmm. On Sundays, I do personal or public readings, but on Thursdays, this is special. It is for true crime. You can feel free to make a suggestion that way. Hey, Doris Smith, hello. And kitties, yes.
Yes, and kitties. One is sleeping on the bed, and this one here decided he wanted to come over and briefly stick his butt up at all of you.
That's Cat. Oh, Gina M says, I have a show idea for a show for you guys. She says, oh, hello, Sharon Sipe. Hello, lovely lady. She says, I have an idea for a show, The Lady Sleuths. I like that. You, EQ, and Heather. I forgot who else you mentioned, but she's saying historic true crimes. I like that.
Yeah, I grew up reading Nancy Drew, so I always
Me
wanted
too.
to be a detective,
Ditto. I watched Columbo, all the detective shows. Historic true crime. I like that. I like that suggestion. That actually resonates with me really well. The latest sleuth.
That like goes along with what Scott, Alan, and Andrea do when they do the mysteries, because sometimes they cover crimes that have been a mystery. So
Right.
it's one night a week or every 2 weeks with them doing a mystery, and then every week doing a mystery crime or a historic. So yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, we
Not
could.
that people had a pass for it. But,
Let's see if we can do that on Thursday. So I'll check with EQ and see if she's down. That'd be awesome. Okay. So why don't we go ahead and start with the Moab case of Kylan Schultz and her wife, Crystal Turner. They were found shot where they were camping they just let
That's
one
like a hate cream.
I think so. They just let one person of interest that they had go because they tested, I don't know, I think they tested some things up against him, and he was not I guess viable for a suspect. They didn't release his name because they.
Yeah, if he's innocent, they don't want people to do it.
Right. But he, I think, was the man that may have been, quote unquote, bothering them. But I'm not sure.
I might have heard this. Okay.
Yes.
This sounds sort of familiar. Isn't this in like the same area where
yes.
Debbie Pepito and were? Okay. That's a bad area, they said, for people going missing and being murdered.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of area, what can you say?
No.
Oh, hey Sheila
Ron.
Angel Feather, and hi Ron. And hello everyone that's coming in. We are just covering some true crime here, and I think that I'm going to take that historic true crime and make a trio if EQ's ready. I'll have to send her a text and ask. So right now we are going to look at, if you're reading along with us, the Moab case. And I want to use my story cards by Kathy Nichols. These are
is that new?
I've had these for a while,
okay.
But this is one of the newer decks that's more recently come out in the last few years. I really like her decks. And if you get anything, feel free to go ahead. I'm going to share a photo. Let me get a photo up of them. Okay. Kylan, oopsies, Schultz, Crystal Turner, so that we can. Yeah, they just cleared a man, a local man. They've just ruled him out.
Finally that you said that. And look what jumped out. Knight of Swords. This deck doesn't have that many male characters in the deck. And as you said that, this jumped right out.
Oh, wow.
He may have knowledge in the Knight of Swords.
Yeah, it's a small community.
So, you know, I just like I'd show that. It was interesting how that jumped out when you said that.
It is. Let me see if I can get to the. I just want to show a picture for people. Just try and find one.
Yeah, I don't even know what these ladies look like.
I think it's always good to get a picture. So let me just share the screen.
Okay, while you're doing that, Cartomancy, can I just say I love your name? Since he first popped up in chat, Cartomancy Mystique, that has got to be one of the coolest names. So kudos.
I like her name
Full
too.
original name.
She is. So there you go. You can see the picture of them there. There, Kylan has the long, darker hair, and Crystal is the blonde. She's kind of snuggled up to her wife there in the photo.
Oh, there was an age difference.
Yeah, there was an age difference.
But absolutely beautiful, though. Oh my
Oh,
God.
yes. And I think very much in love. Very much in love.
Well, yeah, you can just see it in their faces.
Yeah. Their body language.
See, this shit pisses me off. Excuse my language.
Oh, me too. Especially as a mother of LGBTQIA adult children. It makes me sick.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to remove that.
I have family members.
And these women, they worked at the, I think it's called Moonflower Co-op, which is kind of like the main place, I think, in Moab, one of them to work, to be employed.
And Moab is in what state?
Utah.
Utah? Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm. So let's just see what I can get. I want to ask if the person that is responsible, person or persons, if they will be identified and held to account.
Okay.
I feel so bad for the families of these two women. The dad has really had to do a lot of this on his own. He's not had the best of help there with law enforcement.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, and that's Kylan's father. Really, from the interviews I've seen of him, he just seems like a super awesome dad. Did I get all my
Especially
cards?
Utah.
Yeah. Beautiful state.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
but I think that might be something that's like for the Mormon religion. I believe that might be one of the no-nos, might be same-sex partnerships and stuff and marriages. So that may, if that's, a police force, that might be,
less than keen to.
Educated, yeah. They may be like,
Hi, Mama Bear. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad Ronnie's here. I'm glad you're all here. Thank you. We're just going to, if you want to read along with us, feel free to share in the comment section cards that you might be pulling. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm asking, it takes me a hot minute because I've got to go from broadcast mode to reading mode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Will the person responsible for the deaths of Kylan Schultz and Crystal Turner in Moab, Utah, be caught and held to account? I get a yes, just intuitively.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be a hot minute, All right. Let me see what I get with the cards.
Yeah, I got 6 of Swords, so they think that they're going to get away with it.
I wonder if they left the area, too, with the 6 of Swords. Sorry, guys. I did take my antihistamine. I did. release. I get the card of release, and there's a little black bird that's on a balloon, and she's letting it go.
Yeah, see release too. 6 of Cups. I mean Swords.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, movement, but rooted.
well, these guys are worried. They're 8 of Swords. So they're
That
constantly
is,
looking behind their backs.
and they're trying to limit their movement to some degree, or limiting themselves in some restrictive way. Not, maybe that's just trying to be low on the radar, so to speak, kind of like, you didn't see me, that kind of thing. Metamorphosis and gratitude.
Yeah, I got 2 of Pentacles, so I think that might be representing that there's 2 of them, possibly, or they're going back and forth trying to figure out what to do. Maybe with Pentacles money-wise. But for this one here, it's kind of like time too. So they're worried about being caught. They feel like their time is running out. So somebody somewhere.
There's going to be a change with metamorphosis, and people will be grateful. So I do believe from my cards that the person or persons will be caught.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 7 of Swords. I mean, not 7. Yeah, 7 of Swords. They're coming for you. They're going to get them. But like you said, it's going to take a while, especially with this card. The 2 Pentacles are represented by time clocks.
Yeah,
So
shift back, one step forward, one step back. There's kind of that feeling. And also the time, I also get the card of serendipity, which is like, it's going to seem like, hey, it's awfully weird how you were there, coincidence? I think not. Called. This is a couple that is meant to be together. And I feel like, if anything, the serendipity and the called card are talking about the relationship between Crystal and Kylan. There is
balance. Ask if they knew them.
Yeah, that would be a good question. And unity. So they're together. I don't get any problem with them spiritually being stuck or anything like that, but I'm not getting what I want from this deck with regard to, I need to think something a little different, I think.
Well, when I ask, I'm going to shuffle to see if they knew who at least one of them was. My King of Cups jumped out.
Oh, wow.
So I do believe one of them,
I think they...
Male, one of them, yeah.
I think maybe they did know one of them, or had seen him, or there's something there. That's just my feeling.
I think that might have been somebody they thought they can trust, maybe, too. Because of the King of Cups, emotional,
I'm just
guy,
trying
kind of his sexiness, but also what's kind of hard, not to see is underneath his skin, he's got some, there's something below the surface that maybe people didn't see. So.
And sometimes, sometimes the King of Cups can be a type of individual that can have problems with substance. And so maybe they were high or something, like messed up as well. I mean, it's hard to say.
Or drinking,
Yeah. Hey, Nell, thank you. I'm so glad that you're joining us. And again, I just want to reach out and say thank you to everyone who's joining me this afternoon. And Heather.
Yes,
and please subscribe if you haven't, to both of us. And to my friends in the chat log. I've got Ron, you'll see all the tarot folks, and Shield Maiden, and all that. Okay, let's see. So you were asking if it was somebody she was familiar with.
If they knew, yeah.
Knew.
And that's when that male card that came up.
Did they know? the individual or individuals that are responsible for their deaths. Did they know?
I also got 6 of Pentacles, but what I love about these cards, especially when I have
I think they
would-be
helped him.
victims.
Sorry, Ghost.
9 of Wands. She's that woman. She's got that wand in her hand. She's saying, "Back off." So they try defending themselves.
Yeah, that's what I get from that too. I mean, it's hard to defend yourself when, from a gun. When you're not armed.
Yeah. Well, just that feeling that she knew, it. Yeah.
I think they did.
This was.
I think they did because I'm getting the Temperance card, which is also called Art in this Iris Sacra Tarot. And I'm getting the Ace of Cups.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel like this is someone they knew who had, I think, problems with some kind of extreme perhaps with drink, with that Ace of Cups. There's an overflow of emotion with that Ace of Cups. And that somehow this person can't regulate their feelings. And especially it would be true if they indulge in using alcohol or street drugs.
Well, they had the money for it. The 6 of Pentacles got the money in hand. So I'm wondering if...
I wonder if they didn't help him at some point.
Yeah.
Is what I got. What case is this? I'm sorry. This is... Let me write it down and I can highlight it this way. This is the Moab Case. And it is Crystal Turner. They and Kylan Schultz. Darn it. Sorry. I typed like I've got hams for hands. They were a married couple. LGBTQIA.
Cards here.
Hi, Kyla Lily. I love your name. I love Kyla Lilies too. Okay, so I'm just going to highlight it so that you all, and I thank you for letting me know or asking what it was so that I would remember to write it and highlight it so you all can see. And hi, Tiba. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. If I'm not, let me know.
Ross.
That's all right. There's no need to apologize, Kala. It was a good suggestion. So I am getting somebody definitely that I feel like they knew, that had trouble regulating their emotions, may have had trouble with substance like alcohol, drink, and very emotional. Very emotional. Okay, what else am I getting? I'm getting the Princess of Swords. Okay. I feel like this is communication and this is anger. It's quick. And the Ace of Discs. I think he wanted something. I think they'd helped him out before, maybe with a bit of money or this or that. They felt a bit sorry. This is just a feeling I'm getting.
Yeah.
And I think this person tried to ask them for more or something.
When you said emotions, I had now it's a female, but I got the Knight of Wands, and that's fiery. That's
angry. Yes.
So yeah. Whoever this
violent
was, yes, Knight of Wands. So yeah.
Hi, greeter TK. And
hey, TK, what's up? Sorry.
I also get the Two of Pentacles, and I'm getting the Queen of Discs. So I think that's
Yeah.
one of the women. I
They
think
were trying
maybe.
to be motherly. They were trying to be kind. Show this person, some kindness
Right.
and compassion, and
Just a bit of help,
they
is
might
what
have
it
wanted
looks like.
something,
Uh-huh. Two of Cups. I think maybe they were jealous of her relationship with her wife. I think it was Kylan that this person was really targeting, but also Crystal. But I think that they had something for her. Yeah, the star. I think they were a bit obsessed with her. May have watched her, because I'm getting that Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Discs, the Two of Cups, and the Star. So I think somebody was infatuated because she is beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. And sometimes some men have that mentality of, once you had, me, real man, you would, that kind of,
Yeah.
yeah,
You don't really want her, you know.
yeah.
You don't really want your wife.
Yeah, I pulled a different deck to go along with, and I got the lower world. So he was
Interesting.
not a, dark place, dark energy, to begin
Yeah.
with, mentally, especially, with going to the lower world, like with shamanic and stuff. Sometimes you got to be careful one. So, yeah, he
Mm-hmm.
was already possibly in a place, like you said, with substance use. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
times people take those for,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it was actually a bad trip too that he was having. I'm not sure. I'm new to using more of her cards
You're
from
doing
this
great.
deck, but I was told to use these, and then the Witness.
Hmm.
So and that kind
That's
of reminds me of
interesting.
the wife, the other wife, the older lady with the blonde hair and
Crystal.
stuff.
Crystal.
Crystals was her name. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I got
Yeah.
there's a eye in there, so she already could see,
That's
at a
something
time that this
bad.
person was bad was going to happen with this person. And then when you said the star,
Mm-hmm.
I got the heart of the sky, stars, the moon, the
Ah.
galaxies. Yeah, this was like a sick obsession, you know.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And then I get the Ace of Wands, the Queen of Swords. I think that might have been Crystal. And Strength. No, actually, this one is Lust. Oh my God.
Yeah, there you go.
Uh-huh. I think we're finding the motive. And a Knight of Chalices. Again, the Cup Man
Yeah,
making an offer.
the King of Cups. Yep.
I think he said something very lewd especially toward Crystal. There was something that made her angry. I'm getting an Ace of Wands with her.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was trying to handle him in a very logical kind of way.
Yeah.
And this guy with Lust, let me see what they say about Lust, because that's usually for me like, different decks can have a little twist. So let me just see
Yeah, Kala
with
Lily,
this.
exactly. That's what I said. Some of these men get it in their heads that,
Uh-huh.
especially the machoism, and oh, once they've had me, then they wouldn't. You know what I mean? It's just, and then it's also power over. It's domination.
Mm-hmm.
So
And misogyny.
it has nothing to do with actually caring or originally having any true feelings.
No, it's all about what they want, their lust.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that one? That's 11. Oh, 11 of, no, that wouldn't be right. That's 10, 11. So it must be here. Yes. Vitality, passion, lust for life, harmony with instinct, and animalistic nature intensity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He came on like a 747. There was nothing subtle about this guy. And I think he was, with the Knight of Chalices, it's suggestive, uh, but also that can be where you're daydreaming or you're just obsessed with what's in your cup. It's usually offering.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a few little differences with this deck, which is kind of interesting. This again is where did I put the?
I'm going to ask why he did it, just for the hell of it.
Yeah,
Iris
this is
Sakura.
yeah. In case people want to know, I like this deck a lot. But they use some different words for, like, art is temperance, and so you kind of like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's what the Crowley deck did. They used art as temperance. That's what they named the card.
So it's a little bit of a mixture from that, it seems like. So you were going to ask, what was it? Why?
Why did he,
Yeah, the motive operandi.
What was the motive of taking
That's all right,
people's
Gina.
lives? I mean, that's fine, Gina. Thank you. You do so much already for everybody on their channels. Everyone she gets on, she puts up everybody's.
She does. Her and Sharon and Greeter TK, Teresa, they're great mods. So grateful for you guys. And you're nice people, too.
Yes.
In Colorado, hey, girl. She's a local.
Very cool.
Yeah. I'm glad you caught me live, too, boo. I hope you're doing well today, love. It's nice and sunny in the Bay Area. It's even sunny in Pacifica. Yeah.
The first card, the Fool, he saw it as a challenge, as an adventure.
Adventure.
For me, it's saying challenge.
Yeah.
10 of Wands, he was just burdened with, and for me, the fire represents like that sick lust for me. If it's a Wands, he just.
And I got the lust card as well, so yeah.
And then 4 of Cups. Yeah. It was. Sorry about that. Try not.
No worries.
Balance phone so I can.
Issues of abandonment. And I get the Two of Swords reversed. I don't usually read reversals, but sometimes I do if they're in, just come up. Some kind of, so he didn't want to accept friendship or something. He felt abandoned or rejected. And he's I feel like there was violence in him that he gets the Hanged Man also with the Knight of Wands. It's a perspective issue that he lacks. And he felt like with the reversed Two of Swords, like he was going to fight.
Yeah, he wasn't going to take no for an answer.
Wasn't going to take no for an answer. Issues with the Eight of Cups of like often abandonment and rejection. It says indolence.
Yeah, those are based on the Crowley deck.
Yeah.
I'm recognizing words.
Those. And yeah, was it Aeon? The Aeon?
And with my 4 of Cups, there's the woman laying down on her back. And to me, with the red hair and stuff, it almost looks like blood. So yeah, he was emotionally, unstable. He didn't want. He wanted for himself, and he couldn't have it.
Yep, I get the Lovers.
At least that's what
And I get Justice. I get the Lovers and Justice. I think that Kylan and Crystal and Kylan will get justice.
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting. Now on this is the 9 of discs,
Exactly, Mandy.
and it's showing the Venus sign for women, and it's got the Scorpio. No, wait. That would be Virgo because it's discs. Okay. Some kind of gain. Oh, that's next to justice. Duh, duh, duh. And then we get the high priestess. He's not been brought, in and up and identified and all of that yet, but I think he will be. I think they will find out, because with that high priestess is that 10 of cups. So it's a gain, and it's hidden information.
And another woman might come forward too, with secret knowledge, unknown knowledge.
Yeah, maybe he's said something to a girlfriend or something like that.
Or, someone will say, what, he did something like that to me, or tried to, and yeah.
And oftentimes these people will, especially if they like to drink, they tend to talk.
Yeah, they like to brag.
And I get the 3 of Wands and work. So I think, is somebody connected through their work? Probably. I mean, they may have
customer.
Yeah. Could be like a regular customer, or someone that once worked there. Now, this guy that they just dismissed, he had worked there, I think. But, I'm sure there's plenty of other people that work there that I think there's some connection there, though. Maybe that's how he met them. Maybe he worked there for a while. I get swiftness and the Queen of Swords. So, with the 8 of Wands.
I got the Sorcerer. It's a female, and she's with the Rainbow Bridge. So I'm not quite sure
what this female
is. The Sorcerer. Because people have different connotations about Sorcerer. For me, looking at this isn't something for me that is an evil presence. I think this is just something. I think somebody else in the community, the LBG community, might be connected with. So I'm seeing the rainbow. And
oh gosh, I've got a rainbow here in my 8.
Yeah. So and he might have tried this with another woman from.
I think you might be right, because I get a Queen of Swords and I get that 8 of Wands. That's activity, and it's targeted. It's like she was targeted. She might be able to provide something like, hey, there was this guy.
And I got the smoky mirror, so he might be very good at hiding his true identity, like that card, the King of Cups, where, he was all, nice looking and everything, but then there was something under the skin that people didn't see. So with it being also a, what was the type of store again? Oh my goodness.
I think it was like a co-op.
Like a co-op or something?
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people, at least in the Buffalo area and stuff, a lot of people who are into, meditation, not necessarily hippie, but a lot of the stores, they sell the Buddhas, they sell the incense and everything. So this person may come off looking, like he's like this, but then, below the surface, it's all distorted. People really don't know who it is.
I agree with that.
I got the moon card, so I think like the high priestess information is going to come out. Via the moon, and I think might be another woman.
I think you're right, because I also get the Queen of Swords and I get that 8 of Wands, and then I get the Ace of Discs and the Hermit. So I feel like it could be pointing to maybe a man that lives more in a remote area, and again, maybe connected through work. Maybe this is another woman that had worked there, or maybe, for all I know, still might work there.
Yeah.
But I see that it looks like the person, whoever did this to them, has definitely targeted other women that I believe are gay, that are not interested in this man. And I routinely am getting a cups male. The serpent. Oof.
See, I know a lot of people find the serpent, feminine power energy, but for me, serpents are.
I know you got it.
Most of the time, for me, it's very negative. It's pork tongue,
and especially
snake behind your back,
right. And especially with someone that has done this. Now, this is very interesting. The next line of cards that I get are the devil, and there's a DNA,
the serpent
image, yes,
and
the Two of Cups. Again, we are talking about, I think, somebody that offends sexually. And I get the Two of Wands. They like to be in charge and empowered. They like to, and I get death. So I feel like, yes, they are going to find the individual responsible. And I also agree. I feel like there's another woman that may give very helpful information about an individual that's actually responsible. And this person,
I was shuffling really quick. I asked if another woman was going to come forward. Page of Swords, young woman with knowledge.
Yep.
So there.
And I got the Queen of Swords. So yeah, she's a sword of some kind. She's going to bring forth clarity. So I guess we agree that we see them getting justice.
Yes.
And this person finally getting caught, and probably via a tip, maybe from a woman.
So then I get King of Swords, and then the last one's the Emperor. So that might finally be like law enforcement. Finally,
right? Slapping the handcuffs on him. Okay, so that's what we have for the case of Kylan Schultz and Crystal Turner. Now I'm going to have us take a look at the Springfield 3 out of Springfield,
that
Missouri.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, you probably.
Springfield. I think I might have read them on my own because I heard about something. But I like reading with another person to bounce ideas off with the cards to see what they get, what I get, and then see what similarities are between the cards that might focus more on,
I agree. And I was reading on this one again, did a lot off camera, and I started getting some insight. So I thought, you know what? I want to bring that with you so that we can take a look at it. And it is, I think we need to look at why. There was an interesting thing, Susie Streeter was due to testify against an ex who had gone with a friend into a graveyard and taken gold out of teeth. Oh. Yeah, and just did something really gross. Put these skulls and things, I think, in a children's playground or some area where they would see it. Yeah, it was really sick. And I just think that, is that just a coincidence? Or should we, I happen to think that that's awfully a strange coincidence that both she and her mother
So, the Springfield 3 again.
That was Susie Streeter. That was the daughter. What was Sharon, her mother, and then the other friend. Ooh. Oh, I'm blanking on her name, and I hate to do that. Let me just grab that so that people can see. I'll get that here.
And so them doing the graveyard, the people, not them doing the graveyard, or were they?
But the ex-boyfriend.
The ex-boyfriend was a part of it. Okay.
Uh-huh.
They probably were going to turn him in.
They were going to be testifying. I know that much because I have listened to so much stuff on this case because I'm from Missouri originally, not from Springfield, but so they disappeared June 7th, 1992, out of Springfield, Missouri. They've been missing for 29 years. Okay, so I'm just going.
Yeah, they were silenced.
Yeah.
Because it was more than the boyfriend.
Stacy McCall.
Ring.
Yeah, Stacy McCall was the other young lady. And I just want to see, was it because of that? Was that why?
So the 3 women go missing because of the case that they were going to testify against?
Right. Let me just fix my cards. They're all a jumble. I hate that.
Now, were the skulls put out in the public playgrounds after the women disappeared or before?
This was before.
Oh, okay.
This is what they were going to go to trial about.
I don't know if that was like a warning after the fact that, you know.
Yeah, no. This was part of the activity that
Gotcha. Now, that's a sick mind right there.
Oh, yeah. I can't even. It's like, who would even want to do that? And then to make sure that so that children could see it or something. It's like, what's wrong with you? You got it. I mean, I know kids can do some pretty
fear. Yeah.
Yeah, that's way beyond just mischievousness. Oh, cards, come on. Why did you get all jangled? All right,
I wonder if the boyfriend was involved in the occult, the negatives, or should I say the dark side of the occult.
Yeah, I don't know. It makes you wonder. Let's see if I can get. Let's see if we can get a picture up. So y'all can see. Yeah. All right. Here they are. Okay, so let me just share this picture. So people, if you haven't seen them, I think it's good to see a face. So I'm going to share the screen with you. There we go. So that's Stacy McCall to the left, Sharon, the mother of Susie, who is to the far right. And it was their graduation night. You know, they were going to have cake and all of this stuff. I highly recommend, if you haven't, to definitely read up. This case is like really deep. It gets messy and it can get very, very confusing. So I'm just going to put a link in to their case in Wiki also, so that you guys can take a look. There is the Wiki link.
I mean, okay. there's really no reason for a lot of these murders to go unsolved now, because of the advance of technology with DNA testing and everything. There's more available now.
Mm-hmm.
And the first card I got was the Queen of Pentacles, and she's got a key, so they knew They held the information. They knew that they had the info, the key to getting this boyfriend to jail and to whoever else was a part of the ring. I mean, there's going to be people you're selling this stuff to, and people are going to know it. So I think it was part of a ring.
Okay. When I did my off-camera reading, I got 2 men, and I kept getting 2 men.
Here's the other one.
So, you know, is it a coincidence that it was 2 guys that did this thing? You know, I just took note. Hi, Don Louise. I'm glad that you're here. We are covering the Springfield 3 case. What I'm getting is the...
Say hi.
Hi, pussycat.
Siva
Hello.
want to come and say hi. Say hi.
Oh, Boogie. Oh, kitty, kitty.
So she's
Kitty,
going
kitty.
to... Here, just say hi to everybody.
Hello,
Hi,
McFluff.
everybody.
You are cute.
Okay.
Kitties.
In this card too, it looks like, because it's a darker style, it almost looks
Yeah.
like it's the gates to a cemetery. If you look at
Yeah, it is, actually.
it's like a goth kind of like deck.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be her beautiful garden, but if you really look at it, kind of like a cemetery too.
It's a tombstone garden. I'm getting the 2 of Swords and the Ace of Chalices, the Ace of Cups. So there's 2 again. And I think they were really running an emotional feeling about this. And I think, yes, I think they are connected somehow. I get the card of completion, which is the 6 of Wands. Which is also recognition. And people did know about them. And I also get the Wheel of Fortune. So I think that act that they did prior was perhaps...
Yeah, it's a crime ring too. The Wheel of Fortune is round, so it could also represent a crime ring.
Yeah, and it wouldn't surprise me, like, if parents or somebody like that at the time didn't have some clout or something along those lines. I have to read up more about those 2 guys. Thank you, Don.
And the 2 guys, I got the 2 of Pentacles.
Hey, Kathleen. The 2 of Pentacles. And I keep getting that. I kept getting those 2s.
And then the 7 of Swords. So, yeah.
Dishonesty.
They were gonna... Yeah.
Sneaky stuff. I get the Prince of Chalices falling under that 2 of Swords. Somebody that's kind of immature. And I get the Queen of Swords falling under the Ace of Chalices. And I wonder, I don't know if that is Susie or her mother, but it feels like, because the Ace of Cups, there's a great deal of emotion about it. You know, I think not like, and I think her mother may have been also going to testify, but I'm not sure. I've listened to some different podcasts and I thought I caught that. Prince of Discs.
They have to have enough evidence. I got the 7 of Pentacles.
10 of Swords. I think that there's a link to that situation and with those who were involved in that.
Ace of Pentacles, money, you know, with this picture here. People say it's her lipstick that's smeared, but it also reminds me of blood too. So it's dark and there's a skull in there. So this really had just really, really dark.
Yes. Dark energy.
And 3 of Wands. So yeah, the 3 women were going to testify.
Well, and the 3 women that went missing. I think Susie. I think Susie and her mom were the target, and unfortunately, Stacy was just collateral.
Unfortunately,
yeah. And I get Ruin. I get the 10 of Swords. So when I ask if those guys are connected, I feel like I'm getting, and this is again alleged. This is for entertainment purposes only. Yes, but I do feel like there is something there with that.
Mhm.
Yep, Knight of Wands. I feel like there was anger. I just get a sense that if it was these two that were involved, like I think, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is that I would be interested to know what they did receive as far as punishment or whatever, how that case went or whatever. But I feel like there was some anger here. Yeah, the Tower
I got the
with it.
wheel too.
Mm-hmm. And I get
This one
failed
here, it's the fates though. So the women, 3 women again,
again.
the wheel. So yeah, they had the evidence. Yeah. The
Yeah, and
death
this.
card.
Uh-huh. I think they need to look at those guys that were involved in that. Yeah. I just think that I think that they knew that Susie and her mother were disgusted
Yeah.
by what they did, and that they would, they were not. She was not going to be, you know, speaking up for them. There's the failure with the 7 of discs, and indolence with the 8 of chalices. It's neglect. It's also I think they
Hi,
left them
Kathleen.
somewhere.
Thank you for joining us, hon.
Oh, hey.
Oops.
All right, how are you doing today? Ace of Wands.
Pull the other cards now.
And the Empress, the mother. I think that they unfortunately, victory and the Queen of Chalices. I think unfortunately they may have targeted the mother first in order to get the other two to be afraid, unfortunately, also because the mother would be the most protective. The 3 of Cups.
All in the 3s.
And strife with the 5 of Wands. This is assault. This is physical violence on them. 6 of Discs. Somebody helped.
Yeah.
But they're disappointed, this person. I feel there's loss under the strife. And the Ace of Swords with the reversed 9 of Swords, which is cruelty. To me, it was just cruelty. They didn't want to, whoever this was definitely out to, they thought that this would do them some kind of benefit. And we see that they've taken them. It's never been
It's
solved.
interesting. I got the eagle card. Now, for me, eagles always represent the Great Spirit
Mm-hmm.
in Native American, but they're also all knowing. So could it be that these women had all knowledge of what they were doing? Could that be applied to the cards?
Yeah.
Because then I got Ghost Dance. So
Hmm.
it's making them, basically disappear
Mm-hmm.
so that they can't testify. And I got the rainbow, which is interesting.
It is.
Unless it means, somehow. Well, I was always told not to hold back when spirit says something. So maybe this is them. Maybe they're going to be able to reach to somebody, to kind of guide them into the direction to look. Because sometimes, spirits on the other side can help people, still living, help solve a case. So I'm wondering if that might mean that it's going to speed up, that they're going to send a message or someone's going to be able to get a message.
Mhm.
But then I got that witness card again, and I'm just wondering if that might be the young lady, why she had to die, because she witnessed it.
Yeah, I feel like there was things that she knew that would have maybe put them in greater trouble. It makes me wonder at the very least. And because I kept getting it over and over, 2 guys and then the 3 women, I like just like what we're getting, this 2 and 3, 2 and 3.
Yeah, they were ghosted. Yeah.
And yes, there was someone. There's a killer that they think maybe, and that's Robert Craig Cox, who was convicted in 1997 of kidnapping, and he's also robbery.
Jeez.
He claimed that he knew that the women had been murdered and that their bodies would never be recovered. But he would reveal he says that he didn't do it, but he says he somehow he knows what happened to them or whatever, and he would tell when his mother died. So again, if you guys want to take a look at that Wikipedia link, I'm going to drop it again for you on this case. Now, I don't know whether it was Cox or not. I tend to think no, but because of what I just picked up also with the guys, that it looks like it's more to do with that.
Yeah, these cards aren't good for this case.
I got to grab a different one.
Yeah.
I've
been trying to do 2 of them to kind of layer, like Debbie in that. I like the layering when you use different cards so that you're, getting, different perspectives.
Oh my goodness, they have 140-mile-per-hour winds in the UK with Hurricane Gladys. Oh, hang on. Hold on to your wig.
Let's pull out the Untitled Norman here.
I think I'm going to ask if there will ever be justice for these women, or that will they be found, and will they have justice? Those are the key things. Will the Springfield 3 ever be found and have some form of justice? And then we'll look at Putin. Putin. I can hear your kitty cat purring. It's so cute.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, I've got my earbuds in.
Loud purr there, Mama.
It's cute. It's kind of quiet, but it's nice. It's like, oh yeah, it makes me relax. Okay, let's see. Will these women ever get justice? Go ahead if you've got some.
Jeez.
And be found?
This doesn't make sense. I pulled out my Lunatic Lenormand, and it's a darker deck too. But I see there's an obstacle. And of course you got that little, I don't know, gargoyle demonic thing or something. I don't know if they're ever going to be found. There's just, but then I get, knowledge, communication, knowledge. There's the crow, raven. They're messengers.
Messengers from the dead is often. And in between
just like that
realms.
other deck. And then the last one I got is supposed to be the public, but there's also a picture of a family. So this one here is like multi-layered for me because it's
Mm-hmm.
like they could be buried somewhere near a public place.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the families, there's not, three women, but there are three butterflies.
Oh, wow.
And those other people could be the two men and their families because there's two men in that picture. And the one said he won't talk, or one won't talk unless the mother passes.
That was a different
Oh, that was a different guy.
suspect
Okay.
of Robert Craig Cox, who is another offender, that gruesome type. And he was living in the area. Let's just see if he had anything to do with it, just out of curiosity.
Okay. His last name was Cox.
Robert, no, I'm sorry. Is it Robert Craig Cox? Kathleen says maybe only some will be found, but not all. I'll have to look what I get because I'm still.
What had jumped in my head earlier was there any reports of fires being set any in or around the time that the women were murdered?
That's interesting. I wonder if Cox has arson. I'm not sure. I can't remember. He's quite a bad dude.
Really?
He's quite a bad dude. I don't know if there was arson connected to him. That might be another case because I read so many last night, you guys. I was doing my homework for today, and I was just like, there's so many cases. Let me just see.
Because these women may never be found because they might have been incinerated.
Somebody brought that up.
I just thought of when, earlier I had some, well, what about a fire? Were there any but then would have been something discovered though.
The one thing I picked up was that they're all together. Now that I did pick up, and I kept getting that, and I felt like whoever, I felt like the three of them were all in one area of being dumped or buried or whatever happened to them. I was shown that, like they're all together. It's not like there's one over here and another over there. I felt like what I got was that maybe even 3 in one location.
The fox, and that camouflage, then by a flower near a plant, and then the last card was the cross cemetery. So they might have had a single grave dug and just threw them all into one grave.
That's
maybe
what
one of the cemeteries that they looted.
Yeah, and you can also put people. I mean, there's all grisly things you can do. You can put people under coffins. You can do.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of all.
If they were grave robbers, they would know their way around the
God,
cemetery.
I didn't think about that. And you just keep getting those cemetery. That's just so weird. It is a lot of bodies to deal with. Let me just see. I'm just going to see, does Robert Craig Cox have anything to do with this crime? Or is he just trying to get something for himself? Robert Craig Cox.
This is interesting.
And he is a bad dude, so you're probably going to get yucky cards on him. But well, I get the Hanged Man and the Princess of Wands. It's like he has a different perspective. There's a delay, and he did say He wouldn't say until his mother passed, which is just more cat and mouse bull crap. I do have sorrow, the 3 of Swords, 3. Again.
I'm going to pull up the other cards, but
Ace of Swords.
the fish, though. I did get the stork, and stork is a bird, brings
Change.
information, change,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And when he said about the mother, the bears too are one of the representations is maternal, also motherly, besides strength and everything. So there may be either that showing up in the cards, his little lie or his little whatever, because it could be. Now they say fish is supposed to represent money, so it could be money, or he could just. I'm thinking it's money, actually. And then I got the lilies, and usually for me, lilies are the ones that, for like death and stuff at funerals.
Yeah.
So I think that he will bring
Some
something forward.
help. Yeah.
Yes.
I get that too.
Money.
I get the maybe even that money card, that fish, it can also be like some kind of great benefit also. So maybe it's something that he'll get something out of. Has he killed against since these 3, do you think? Well, that is a good question. I get that, just to finish up, that, yeah, the same as you. Different perspective, Hangman, 3 of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. He'll bring clarity in some fashion. Debauchery with the 7 of Cups. And the 7 of Discs. About how things are done, the plan. A debauched plan. Because he knows how they think. And the Devil. And the Tower.
I'm just getting weird cards all around for this case.
It is weird. Get a sense of futility or defeat with him that is exposed with the Sun, the Queen of Swords, logic, and the 4 of Cups. Oh, he is, this card says luxury, but I feel like it's disassociation.
I got the Fool and the Queen of Wands for the first 2. So I'm wondering if there is some feminine aspect to him.
He had a girlfriend.
Has to do something with mother, girlfriend, or whatever, this Cox guy.
Well, it was found out that that he lied. He told this. There was a case, I think, in Texas, and he had his girlfriend lied for him. Said that he was at church with her.
Oh God, of all places.
Of course, you were at church.
The other one was Ace of Swords. And it's a female again with knowledge, and then the Knight of Swords. So he's trying to stay loyal to somebody. For me, Wolf is loyalty. Knight swear an oath. So I don't know if he necessarily did the act himself, but he has knowledge, or maybe had been an accessory after the fact.
Really hard. Let me see. Will
I
they
might
be?
do these again later. I'll pull up
the
cards and see which ones.
That's what I've had to do. I get interesting results, but I also get like things that I just cannot work out. And it looks certainly like there was heated energy toward the situation with the cemetery. I mean, you keep getting it, I do. I don't know that Robert Cox committed this crime, but I do think that he has
He has knowledge of.
insight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, insight into the mind of what somebody would be likely to do. I
I
get
wonder if
game.
he's on. Oh, sorry.
Okay, 9 of discs, and interference with the reversed 8 of swords. Okay, these women are taken. 8 of swords.
I'm just wondering if he's waiting till his mother passes because maybe she has connection with somebody who may be involved, or somebody she knows with one of the killers of the women or something. I mean, if there's any facts behind that story,
Mm-hmm.
it could be that he has to protect maybe her from retaliation or to protect her from not knowing. To me that's possible, that you don't want to, break your mother's heart or whatever over something that they didn't know, or to keep them protected, what I mean, keeping them in the dark for some reason,
Right.
and can't do anything or say anything until, but still, that too, that's some messed up knowledge.
Yeah. It's gives me a shiver. Um, as does, because he has, what I'm being shown here, I feel like, is he has a wealth of knowledge about kidnapping. I hate to say that, but that was his
Mhm.
MO. Um, and the Wheel of Fortune and the 7 of Discs shows planning, and this would be something significant. Now, the 7 does say failure on it, and we do have this skull with a snake.
Ugh. Yeah.
I think it's going to be very difficult to locate them, even if they continue to in the future. And I'm sure there probably are people here and there that probably are. But I do get change,
Hmm.
and maybe like um, Kathleen was saying, maybe they'll find some or one, but maybe not, or something. There's juggling going on.
Hmm. Yeah, I got the 2 of Pentacles before. There was a juggling.
Mm-hmm. 2 again, right? There we have that
Hmm.
2.
And in her hands, they were clocks. So kind of like juggling.
Mm-hmm. And I get the 9 of Cups, satiety.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm at a loss.
Yeah, Knight of Discs and the Hierophant. I think this person, I'm getting also a younger male here. Um, Young adult male. And I think with the Hierophant, there's a feeling like, I don't know. I wonder, did he go to confession or something? I don't know. There's a feeling.
Or it could be a cemetery behind a church.
Right? Because we do have the Hierophant holding the key again.
And like, 'cause I got that card with the cross and the cemetery
Ah,
from the lunatic Lenormand one.
we get the 6. No, is that the 4? That's the 4 dum-dums. Then I get the 4 of Swords. Yeah, that's to me the resting place or peace. It can be, but it's also can be about healing. But when I got that next to the Hierophant, that could be a burial spot. Five of Swords.
Oh. Shan just came up with an interesting idea. Perhaps
What's
with
that?
one of these cemeteries that they looted, because we have one up here, there's actually a crematorium on site.
Oh my God.
So when Kathleen said they might find some, but not all, that might be at some point, because that might be what's all that's left.
Somebody was asking me. Yeah, I think that might well be.
That's interesting, because we have the oldest cemetery in Niagara Falls has a small crematorium right on site. It's a beautiful little old, cemetery. But yeah, if they may have known, I mean, if they were grave robbing, somebody in one of those
Might have.
cemeteries might have been in cahoots with them, part of the ring. And if they had access to an on-site crematorium or something, they could have possibly,
Destroyed by
for a
fire.
price, or whatever. Here, take care of this.
Let's see. Let's put it to the cards and see if we got anything with that. Were they
Because
used?
that's not new. There's been stories.
That's right.
I watch Caitlin Doty on YouTube, and she's a mortician, and she talks about the history of cases, and where some people, because they were just tossing multiple bodies into, the crematoriums, at once, or just digging and putting the bodies, and just giving people, fake dirt and stuff,
Yep. There's some really wrong
so if
kind
you
of
really
people.
want to hide, they might have tossed these women into
Some means of.
somebody else's.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, if anybody in chat is interested in the history of, she's part of the Deaf Society, and so just trying to spin a positive light on, death and burial, and she actually runs one in LA.
I find
it's all eco-friendly and everything.
I think I am also subscribed to her. Does she have dark hair?
Yes, long dark hair. She's hysterical.
That's her. She's awesome. She is so awesome and fascinating. And I will, after this live, I will put a link.
Society of the Good Deaf is what she's a part of.
Society of the Good Deaf. She's so interesting. There's a few channels like that out there, but hers is one of my all-time favorites. If you want to learn more about,
she has degrees and everything, just very knowledgeable and just
extremely
very active of
and funny.
Natural. Oh my God. The Dark Ages were magic. Remember that?
She's got, I mean, seriously. Oh, yeah, we can look at Carlos Cruz. He was at a lounge. Okay. I'm going to star that, Remy, because I do want to look at that. But let's just wrap it up on them, because I think.
Yeah. Just really quick, I got the Hierophant too.
You did as well.
I decided just to pull the last 3 cards from the top, and 6 of Cups and the Hierophant.
So that's somebody that's connected to the past. It makes you feel like they knew them.
Yep, and they're Hierophant. There we go.
I'm just going to real fast throw down, will they be found? Will they be found? Will they be found? The Springfield 3. And was fire used on them? I think so. Down at the bottom of this card, I always have hair. there's a flame, and it says art. This is also,
There's the fire.
yeah, and death. So, Empress and the Six of Swords. Yeah.
And my first card was Seven of Cups, and in mine there's a fire. And then it looks like, it's like little black leaves or whatever, but for me it also kind of looks like disintegration, like ash.
Yeah, it does. And this card, we have again the cross, and again a sense to a nod to possibly cemetery, quite possibly, with that Four of Swords. Sorry, Six of Swords. And that to me is like, yeah.
I got seven.
I think they were dumped out in nature as well. There may have been, if it wasn't, and this does look to me look like a representation of some kind of contained fire, whether it's in a incinerator type of thing or an open, the icy fire and connected to death. And then I feel like with these two cards, like it's out in nature, then maybe taking whatever was and dumping it, the ash or whatever in nature, in one spot, maybe together.
And the card next to the one that I got with that looked like it was a fire and she was disintegrating was the Ace of Wands. And in this one, there's a key. So kind of unlock. So yeah. I don't know if they're going to. Kathleen said part of them might be found.
She says
like
maybe like
something.
Yeah, that might be. I get the Five of Cups, and I get the Magician. So there's definitely manipulation behind this. This was a planned thing. This was not just something that was random.
The Hermit just flew out.
Oh, wow. Maybe a remote area. Maybe.
Yeah. But that's full of flames, too, and light. So, I don't know. It may take somebody leading them to where the remains are.
Yeah.
Lighting the way, leading the way, knowledge. It might be a woman, too. I don't know.
Maybe somebody will find something like a tooth, like she said, and go, oh.
Yeah, when I saw Kathleen write tooth, like what? I got that, when you get that shiver.
Yeah, I did too. I was like, eh. Yeah, there is the Ace of Swords and the universe. So some sort of clarity about the end is going to come out. And there's Two of Swords, again the two, and the Nine of Wands. And to me, that is like enduring, possibly, like abuse. So I don't know. I don't know that I kind of feel like Kathleen, if there's something found, it is like fragments.
She's holding the skull on fire, so yeah.
Oh my God.
That is the Two of Wands.
Wow. And I kept getting that. I got that,
so
Two of Wands.
So that might. Yeah. All right.
She said, yeah, I agree. She says maybe that's Cox's role. Maybe he planned the body dump but didn't kill himself. It quite possibly.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. He was the call to guy. He did the kidnapping, possibly.
Gave advice or something to them, maybe. Okay. Oof. All right, let's take a look. I do want. Yes, at Putin. And then we will take a look at Carlos Cruz out of Worcester, Massachusetts. He was at a Pacu lounge, but he will be our last question for the live. Can't believe it went this fast.
I know.
Okay.
Like, okay, time to wait now till next Thursday. But I do try to catch on Wednesdays. That's a pretty good time that you're on Wednesdays. So I like to jump on.
Thank you.
Reading something other than crime.
Yes. I like to you know, I like to read on spiritual questions like what happens after we pass over? What are bodies of light? Blah 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 blah. You know, we'll do some more of that so that we can kind of add some levity, folks. Okay, so we are looking at Putin. Wait a minute, my nose is running. Sorry.
So what are we going to ask about Putin? Will will NATO step in? Will the U.S. step in?
Will he have to back down? Will he have to back out? Will he end up having to turn around?
Forced out.
Yeah.
Because they said too that he's going after their banking system, shutting down everybody's banking or something.
Just too. Evil AF.
And you know who helped him get there? 45.
Stinks.
Because of the Ukraine asking for
right.
help.
And then you had what's his bucket that was his 45's that dude that went to prison. I'm seeing he was connected to the Ukraine thing. What was his name?
There's so many of them. Not Cohen? No. Cohen
no, not Cohen, but the other dude.
Clean.
He wears a bad.
Flynn?
No, another guy. He's got a bad toupee. He was like a campaign manager for Trump initially, and then he got in trouble.
There's so many people who are dirty under him. I mean,
the dirtiest of the dirty, the crustiest of the crusty. Okay, so now I'm just going to put it that we are looking at Putin and Ukraine. Let me just see. Manafort, that's who it was. Thank you, Doris Smith. Yeah.
Yep, just another one on the sleazy.
Manafort. Sorry.
List.
I am immature. I will change his name.
Oh yeah, everybody does. Everybody comes up with their names. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's childish, but it helps. Okay, so let's take a look at old Pootie. Now, Pootie Cakes is a Libra, and I think he's got like a Scorpio something going on, intensity, but he's a Libra. Yeah, let's just see what is going on with him. Sometimes I get Libra, the air card for him, the swords, and sometimes I get water, depending on his mood. He is a criminal. He is a war criminal. Why is he not being brought to? Because he's not part of the UN, I guess. Ooh, Lord. Having a power surge.
Oh, I found my fan too the other day. I'm going to be on Tarot Stash's channel, and I'm trying to practice my,
crack your fan.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not doing very well, so we got our fans. Maybe it's mine. Mine's wood.
No, it's the way you hand it. Yeah, you got to feel the weight of it. Drop it so that you can feel the weight.
you go.
Yeah.
That's funny. We both got our fans.
Yes. Sorry, guys. Melting. He is a member of the UN? I didn't think he was. Okay.
I didn't think so either, because he wanted 45 to get him to. Oh, he wanted 45 to get him accepted back into NATO, I think.
That's what
and
I
they
thought.
wouldn't let him back in.
Because he's a killer.
You know what? Yeah.
Okay, let's just see. Okay, so Putin. Let's see what do we need to know about Putin and if he will end up having to retreat at some point.
Yeah, because I got the High Priestess was the first card, so something is going to come out.
Something hidden.
Mm-hmm. Just like with the Moon card. Knight of Cups.
I'm
just wondering if that might be U.S.
Yeah, I get this.
Because Biden doesn't want war.
No. And when I read earlier on Putin, I saw him and the other allies and stuff getting involved to make this harder for Putin to do, resisting. NATO and UN are two different entities. Thank you, Doris Smith. Didn't know that. Three of Wands. This is extending outward. So they're trying to bring balance to this situation still.
Yeah, I got Four of Wands. Along with the Hierophant again.
Here is the Six. Yeah, the Six of Wands. This is like having to win. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, that's the Seven. That's the Seven of Wands. That is standing up. So I think that would mean the people of the Ukraine that are fighting to push them back. I also felt like the Ukraine will be aided and given on the shush, on the down low, assistance with arms help to resist. Oh, that's interesting. Kylan Lily says that Putin has a Libra sun, Saturn, Neptune, and Mercury in a stellium in the 12th house. So, Kylan Lily, can you go into? I forgot what a stellium is. I know it's a big deal, but maybe you can share with that. Now, Kathleen is saying not as conspiracy theory, but here is something to consider. SDNY, prosecutors quit the day Putin invaded. Mafia connections?
Oh,
who's this?
This is true.
Not conspiracy, or just coinky-dink, or Russian mafia connection. I'm saying Russian mafia connection. Absolutement. I think so. I need a different deck. Okay, I'm going to retire this one. Now let me grab a different one on Pooty. And then we'll take...
a lot of that.
Geez, I didn't either. Kathleen, you...
I know Debbie was reading on that yesterday, trying to, why did these two prosecutors resign? And it's like, well, either they were threatened to resign, or because someone found some information on them, or everybody has a price.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of people are worried that, they're going to drop, the charges now, but we were getting the cards yesterday that, that they weren't giving up, that, So.
Kelly Lily also says, who else has a big traffic jam in his 12th house is President Biden. That doesn't surprise me.
So a stellium is kind of like a traffic jam. Okay.
Yeah, all the planets are very close together. That's right.
Interesting.
I want to learn.
That helps somebody like me get an idea of what.
Right? That's so interesting. That is so interesting. I'm gonna keep that there. Let's take a look. Okay, there's so much we can do with Putin here. Will he have to? I'm going to use my Star Tarot now, if anyone's curious. I'm switching out my deck. I do too. Okay, so will Putin have to exit the Ukraine? Will he end up at the end of the day having to exit the Ukraine? Will he have to exit Ukraine? Putin. Will he have to retreat? I get the King of Wands. I don't feel like that's necessarily him. And I get the Sun. Yeah, I think he might. I think there's somebody that comes in that adds a bit of flex, adds a bit of muscle to the Ukraine situation for them. Okay, let's see. Yeah, somebody in the past that has helped them. There's a past connection that I think of help. They have a relationship with the Ukraine. And the Ace of Pentacles. Again, this is to me some kind of support, assistance, benefit.
If I have those cards in here.
The Three of Swords. Justice. The Queen of Pentacles. And the Knight of Swords. Again, this is going to be I think a lot of fighting, unfortunately, a lot of loss of life. But I do feel within this intense fighting that there is some sort of support or backup that will be very helpful for the Ukraine to turn the tide a bit. And it might be help from a source that has helped them out in the past. Okay.
I really hope that they bring him along with 45 on charges.
Right.
Know, war charges, criminal charge, And
I see Justice next to the Three of Swords, which is betrayal, which is also, to me, again, people. I feel like there's some sort of intervention. Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. I think aid and assistance definitely will be going for there because it's going to get bad. The Star, there is hope. The Ace of Wands. The Seven of Cups, some sort of disillusionment. And somebody's having dreaming. Yeah, he would like to reconstruct the Soviet Union. He would like to get like Latvia, which is where my family's from. He'd like to get Latvia, Estonia, all of them back again. He really would. And the Ten of Cups. I think at the end of the day, the Ukraine will be getting him out of there. But I think it's going to be really difficult, and it's going to take some time. There's going to be disillusionment, and I think people, perhaps the Russian people, will be disillusioned with the reasons that he's giving for doing this. It's just another big loss for people there.
If I got two of air, which is Two of Swords,
Truce.
good tarot.
Mm-hmm.
And I got Two of Fire, which would be Wands.
Mm-hmm.
And then the eventual Messenger of Fire, which is Get Out, and also a celebration too for me.
Mm-hmm. I think
like
that
freedom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think this is going to be very bloody, to be honest, and very violent.
We should be doing something.
Exactly. I'm so annoyed. The
It's our
star,
country that helped them get to that point because of what 45 did.
yeah. The star and the Ace of Wands, I think, and when there's a really positive thing here. And that is when I go down the second row, I get the Sun, I get Justice, and the Ace of Wands. So I do, I do think at the end of the day, Putin will be kicked out of there. There is disillusionment. I think the morale will be low. People will be like, why are we here? You know, I don't want to do this anymore. I do. I think he starts to lose. They want to go back home. They want to be with their families. I think with some of them, there's going to be wariness with this agenda. And yes,
I also got the world card. So, you know, the world is going to be taking a look at what he's doing. I think with the world card, that might be NATO or something. So yeah, I just hope somebody goes in to help the Ukraine or actually, we were corrected one time reading. It's not the Ukraine. It is Ukraine. So no, I didn't mean any, you know.
Yeah, I had to catch myself there too and change it to Ukraine. They, you know, this is the Nine of Wands. That's when you've been through the ringer, kind of seasoned fight. But the Nine of Cups, and the Eight of Swords, he will be restricted. King of Pentacles. I feel like that's some of the people that I feel like that's business. I'm getting a sense of oligarchs again.
Mm-hmm.
Their economy, I think they're going to be pissed off with him because I think as he's doing this and the money and all that is going toward that, their country's still not doing well.
Their people are going hungry and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people in Russia suffering.
Yes. The Tower, something he's not expecting. And they will endure. He's not expecting them to endure and fight back, but they will. So I don't see him prevailing here. And I do believe it's probably going to be a bit of a lengthy situation, incursion.
Yep, I got High Priestess. The Hermit, he's going to try to back out. He's going to try to go into hiding, and there's going to be a lot of the Three of Air is, you know, Three of Swords.
He's gone too far. I got the Three of Swords too. Yeah.
Okay.
The crimes that will be committed under this is going to be horrible. Yeah.
Especially if they can get those charges in from Navalny too. Them trying to murder him.
Exactly. Let's see. Should we take a look at that and see if
Navalny? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we don't hear much about him anymore, and I hate when things go quiet on people, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like about the media. I don't like how they just pick and choose what best, you know, serves them. You know?
That's why part of the reason why a lot of us have made channels is because we want to cover what's not being said. And the news, I read the news. I don't watch it anymore because it's just.
What was Navalny's first name again? Navalny's first name? If someone can remind me.
Alexei. Yeah, Alexei.
Alexei Navalny.
Yeah. Or Alexei. Probably Alexei.
Just ask how he's doing.
Shield Maiden says she gets that Putin is taken out from within. I've always gotten that too, Shield Maiden. Yeah, I think so. I think he will be. Biden already has moved thousands more troops into Europe. He'll do more. He'll have no choice. That's what I get, Calla Lily. With the last reading that I did before this one, I see he and other people will step up and fortify the Ukraine. So let me just try to dial into Alexa.
So we do have troops. Yeah, we do have troops.
What is he up to, Alexei? Navalny. What do I need to see with him? Well, I'm getting the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, 2 women.
Hey, hon, something's hitting your microphone, and it sounds like a bunch of wind.
Mine?
Oh.
Okay. Is that okay? Am I better now?
You're all crunchy.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but it's still crunchy. I don't know if anybody else can hear that.
Huh, that's strange. I took off my ear things instead. And I don't have anything else plugged in. I don't know what it is.
I can hear you. It's a little crunchy.
Does anybody else have funky sound?
Oh my.
Let me just, I'm going to close this skylight. Let's see. Ask why they are wanting Chernobyl. Ask why they are wanting Chernobyl. Do the sanctions bother Putin at all? Oh yes, they make him angry. They really do. Because you can hear crunchiness as well. Dang. I don't have my mic on anymore. I'm just using the camera.
It's a little better.
Stone Music says, I don't hear anything anymore. I'm deaf.
Oh, oh, okay. That's interesting.
Oh, noise. The cats have legged it. Oh, gosh. Guys, I don't know why it's doing that. But I tell you what.
Cats have legged it. Didn't bother mine, but...
Ides of March. Caesar's assassination date, March 15th, when Sophie and I were reading on Peter and Catherine, the great Tsars of Russia. I saw Putin being taken out by someone close, like Brutus and Caesar. Yeah, I saw that too. I've seen that whenever I've read on something. Whenever I've read on Putin, I have seen him being taken out by his own people. Still bad, crunchy? Oh, gosh. Alright, I'll tell you what, you guys. The sound is still bad. I'm going to go ahead and go out and come back in and see if there's any.
Whew.
The Russians were sending their troops
People
through
can still hear
Chernobyl
you.
to get to Ukraine. Oh.
Just so you know, we're still live on my end.
Mm.
But yeah, that was awful. It was a joke. I'm actually deaf. Oh, ha, 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 ha.
Is this any better? Tornado season. It was a joke. I'm not actually. I know. I figured you weren't. Is it still crackling? Darn it.
Like a fire.
All right, I'm going to put my. Does it help if I?
I don't hear any crunchies, but I don't hear you.
Right. So when I put it on mute, it's
You
up
don't
to
hear
you.
crunchies. No. Almost been on 2 hours.
I tell you what, we'll close this out and we'll pick this up again later. Okay, so I'm going to close out the live because the noise is too much. All right, and I will put more information off camera. Sorry about the mic. Don't know why it's doing that, guys. But so I'm just going to close out. Thanks so much for everything. Thank you, Heather. Sorry about
thank you for having me again.
And I've unplugged my earbuds, so the mic.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. But I don't want you guys to
Maybe
suffer.
somebody doesn't like us talking about booty gates.
I bet. And Remy, I will get your question, but I'm going to cover it off camera because the noise is too annoying. And I will put it in the community section about him, okay? About Carlos. I will do that, but I'm going to have to do it off camera. All right, thanks, you guys. I'm going to close out because of the noise, all right? I don't know, maybe I need to get a new camera. All right, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Bye, everybody.